sexuality educator. Every day this month, I am doing a video about one of the questions in my guide. Over 100 questions to ask your kids about sexuality. The guide is free, and if you don't have it, then you can get it. You can either click on the eye up there, or you can click on the link in the description box down below. All right, we are more than halfway through the month and halfway through the series. And today we're gonna just keep it rolling with a question for our tweens. Do you know what gender stereotypes are? So gender stereotype is an assumption that people of the same gender more or less all have the same beliefs, the same needs, and behave in the same ways. So as kids move from childhood into adolescence, their social group becomes more important, their peers become more influential. That drive that a lot of tweens and teens seem to have to, fit in with their classmates and their friends and to be seen as part of the group is a very normal part of human development. Although gender stereotypes can be deeply problematic, they can be very limiting, they can also be very appealing to youth at this age because they provide a sort of a social script or guidelines for what normal behavior looks like, which gives them a clear path for how to fit in with others. Gender stereotypes are so common and so ingrained into certain parts of our culture that oftentimes we're not even aware that they're there. Media is one example. While, books and TV shows and movies geared towards tweens and young people has definitely made progress over the years, we still see a lot of old ideas about gender behavior played out in the stories that are targeted towards our youth. Female or feminine characters often tend to be more emotionally aware, they're more collaborative, they may be more focused on things like appearance, body size, grooming, clothing. In romantic or sexual situations, the female or feminine characters are often more passive. They are waiting to be asked out. They are waiting to be noticed. We also notice that female or feminine characters are also more passive in expressing emotions, such as male or masculine characters are often portrayed as self-reliant, as competitive, sometimes aggressive. And while these characters do have an emotional life, they are often portrayed as being more stoic and avoiding what we would maybe consider the more vulnerable emotions or the more vulnerable displays of emotion. For example, we're less likely to see male characters crying or feeling sad or feeling afraid. Male or masculine characters are usually more proactive in sexual or romantic situations. They are expected to do the asking out. They are expected to initiate any kind of sexual interaction. Characters who identify outside of the traditional gender binary are rarely seen in popular media, and when they are, oftentimes their entire identity is reduced to their gender identity. Where can you take this conversation about gender stereotypes? If you're watching a movie or a TV show with your tweens, you can use that as an example to maybe point out a couple of gender stereotypes and talk about it. And don't feel like you have to do this every time you sit down on the couch, or even most of the time, because, sometimes people just want to chill and watch something fun. But every once in a while, it's worth it to bring it up and have a discussion about it. You can also ask your tweens how they feel about gender stereotypes. What are some assumptions or stereotypes that people have about people of their gender? In what ways do they feel that they are different from those stereotypes? And also, what ways do they feel that they might fit those stereotypes? That brings me to my last point, which is that youth certainly don't have to conform to gender stereotypes, but I also don't think that they should feel obligated to reject those stereotypes simply because they are stereotypes. Your child may have personality traits or preferences or expressions that authentically align with traditional ideas about their gender. Tweens are still figuring out who they are, and that is a process that can take years, sometimes decades. I am 41 and I am still working on it. We can help make that process a little bit easier by letting youth know that their gender doesn't have to dictate who they are. Yesterday was a short one, today is a long one, but thank you for sticking with me. If you're enjoying this series, then I invite you to subscribe to the channel by just clicking the button down below that says subscribe, and then click the bell beside that button, and that way you will get a notification every day when the new video comes out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Yeah, I realize my style today is one eye patch away from full pirate. I am of Barbadian descent, therefore I am Caribbean. So this is real Pirates of the Caribbean. That is what I am serving you. That's what I'm giving you today.